The time right now, 5:49, and time now to find out what's happening on the roads. We've already done that, so let's do this. This Friday, this large group of people that give so much to others will gather in St. Pete for a special day. The New Age of Caregiving Symposium promises something for everyone on the journey, and 2 people will be honored as Inspirational Caregiver Award winners. Right now, here's the first recipient. Caregiver Bridget DeGroot was nominated by her husband, Mike. This is a love story, a story of triumph over tragedy.
Someone in the oncoming lane swerved into his lane.
It was 5 days into the beginning of 2011.
So it was a head-on collision. Both vehicles were going about 50 miles an hour.
Mike DeGroot wasn't coming home that day.
The other vehicle actually drove over Mike's vehicle.
Mike actually died that winter afternoon. When EMS arrived on the scene, Mike had no vitals. Meanwhile, his wife Bridget was at home waiting for him. Little did she know, Bridget was about to become not just a wife, but a caregiver. Mike was revived on the scene and rushed to the hospital.
When I got to the emergency room, I think they gave me a laundry list. It was probably over 13 injuries, and at least half of them on their own would be life-threatening. Mike almost lost, like his left arm was almost torn off. The truck sliced his face almost in half, so he almost lost like his left eye, and all the bones here were shattered. They said he was degloved, which that's a medical term for meaning that he was scalped. He had broke over a dozen bones.
Mike fell into a deep coma. His doctors weren't sure if he would ever wake up. In the meantime, Bridget was trying her caregiver role on for size, and she began with prayer.
And I reached out to all of our friends and said, what he needs is a miracle to survive this. So please pray. Our friends who had never prayed before began to pray.
In all, 100 churches in 8 states prayed for Mike. The man who came to the hospital on January 5th was going home on March 10th. Mike DeGroot had been a triathlete who had just completed a half Ironman triathlon before his accident. Now he wakes up and takes aim at a full triathlon.
Nothing comes easy anymore. So you gotta try harder. That's all it is.
The prayers of many were answered. Yes, Mike came out of his coma.
Well, when he first woke up, I mean, he needed to be fed and bathed. He needed everything. He was like an infant when he woke up. He could not take care of himself.
In 6 to 9 months later, Mike turned the corner to independence.
Mike is doing fantastic. He's independent. When we go back and visit his physicians, when he does follow-up visits, every single one of them look at him and tell him, do you realize that you are a walking miracle?
Mike says he's been married to Bridget for 10 glorious years. It's a love story that has come full circle. And the New Age of Caregiving Symposium is this Friday morning at 9 a.m. It's at the Hilton St. Pete Carillon. Tickets will be available at the door, or you can call 727-798-2663. And they do love each other an awful lot. They have been through an awful lot, and they're great folks.
Yeah, and what an inspiration he is. You just have to try harder.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he said.
Talk about mind over matter, right?
That's it.